Good morning, everybody. Welcome to workout 2 of this week. Equipment-wise, you're going to need a band and you're going to need a stability ball for the 4 exercises that we go through real quick. I'm going to start with the band, front squat and curl. So this one, we are combining a bicep curl with a front squat. So feet are going to go on the band about hip width. If you like to squat with your toes turned out, go ahead and turn the toes out just a little bit. From here, chest is tall. This is our start and finish position each time. I'm going to curl first. So abs in tight, shoulders back. I'm going to bicep curl, and I'm going to tuck everything in nice and tight. So the elbows tuck into my rib cage, arms pull into the body. From here, I'm going to execute one front squat. So hips push back as the elbows come forward, kind of offsetting each other with balance. We're going to squeeze everything back to the top, then release the curl. It's really important, especially when you're first starting these, that you keep everything separated, because what it turns into if you don't is this kind of rocky position, and there's nothing good going on in that. I've lost my bicep curl, I've lost my core, I'm arched in the back. So just keep them separated. Curl, lock it all in, hips back, front squat, squeeze, release just the biceps and not the chest. All right, guys, exercise number 2, we're going to use our stability ball for. The dumbbells are preferred on this one because we're going to use a dumbbell on the exercise right after. So if you have a dumbbell, 1 or 2 that you can use for both, it's going to help the flow of your workout a little bit. So I have 2 8s that I'm going to use. You're welcome to play around and figure out what works best for you. So from the seated position, I'm going to walk forward so that the only thing resting on my ball is going to be my upper shoulders and my head. Key, make sure that your head is resting on the ball. You want your head and neck to be relaxed. So I'm going to rock back, keep the abs pulled in nice and tight, rolling forward so that my head is fully supported underneath the ball. I'm going to skip back for a second so you can see where the rest of my body is at. Okay, so I've rolled forward, head is resting on the ball, pressing down into the ball, squeezing the glutes and lifting the hips up. Your hips should never fall below your knees. You'll know the difference too, because if your hips fall, your glutes aren't working and your hamstrings aren't working anymore. Keep them up nice and high, and they're going to start getting real tired on you. So we have a single arm. Oh wait, sorry, we have a line pullover first. I'm going to take my 2 dumbbells and squeeze them together. From here, this exercise is the line pullover that we've done on the floor multiple times. So hips up to the top, letting just the shoulders open so the armpits are up to the ceiling. Then I'm going to squeeze them right back over, stopping at my face, so not bring them to the chest. Abs in tight, opening the armpits or the shoulders, a little bit of a bend in the elbows, squeezing back up. As you go, the focus is on pulling back with our lat muscles. Those are the muscles, the large muscles on our upper back and mid back on the sides. So think about closing the armpits by squeezing them back to the top. When you come back up, bring the hands in, then walk back. If you're on a garage floor like me, it may be a little slick, so take small steps. The beauty of this is that you're not going to have to walk back every time, because you are going to have 2 exercises in a row that both use this position. So from here, I'm going to go 1 arm down. Now here's.
You want your car?
Abs in nice and tight. Elbow goes wide, open the chest, press back to center. So we are doing a single arm chest press. The other arm, you can go hand to your hip, or you can go arm out nice and wide, keeping those glutes squeezed, open the chest, press back up to center, and then you'll bring it into the body as you switch sides. Other arm to the top, open wide, back to the center. The hardest thing about that exercise is going to be maintaining the entire body without letting the shoulders rotate. So really focus on nice straight body line, keeping everything pulled and tight. By the end of this block, most likely your hamstrings and glutes should be on fire from pressing them up. So really getting some focus on the back side of the body without doing a whole bunch of squats and lunges. Last exercise on the list, we have our band wood chops. Depending on whether you're using a big thick column or whether you're using one of the door attachments, you may need a heavier or lighter band. This is an exercise that you're gonna have to play with a few times and figure out resistance-wise what works for you. My column is big, it's round. I have to go lighter because if I use my red band, I have such little that I'm working with that I'm right up against the column to even extend my arms. So, starting position on this one, we want the hands at about chest height, pressing forward. Abs in nice and tight, shoulders are both down and low, and we're going to rotate the shoulders away, back to center. So if you've been with me in a class where we've done wood chops, I talk endlessly about not turning your hips, knees, and feet. Your head can go, and your shoulders can go. Your sternum can even go, but not your hips, knees, or feet. You're turning it into a full body exercise, and for the purposes of this band wood chop, we don't want a full body exercise. We are working just our obliques. So arms stretched out ahead, shoulders are down. I rotate my rib cage and my shoulders back to center. Rotate, back to center. This exercise is slow and focused and concentrated. So really think about what you are trying to work. If you turn your low body, you're going to feel your legs contributing more than I want them to. So just looking to feel the core, maybe a little bit of the back of that shoulder. And then for side two, you're just going to turn around, same setup, squeeze, and rotate. All right, guys, if you have any questions on these new exercises as we go through them, please don't hesitate to email me, text me, whatever you need to do to get through. Great job today. Have a good workout.